Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Brian Barrett, joined by meteorologist Justin Bailey on a Saturday afternoon. And I guess it's fair to say, Justin, the calm before the storm, huh?
Yeah, that's the way it's looking. We got a beautiful weekend set up out here right now for us. A few little showers in the area, but nothing heavy enough to really cancel any plans, it doesn't look like. And get those outdoor plans out of the way, whatever yard work you need to take care of early this spring. This is a good weekend to get on it.
Yeah, a new lawnmower tire for me. So that's what happened this morning. But, well, let's take a look at our severe weather setup for Sunday night, overnight into Monday morning. And I will let you know that I'm editing this in because I didn't have my audio on the scene. So here is the severe weather outlook. 3 out of 5 for Rutherford County. Just to the east, it's a level 2 out of 5. That means damaging winds in excess of 70 miles per hour in the level 3 out of 5, really throughout all of Middle Tennessee. And some tornadoes that could be strong and large hail possible with these storms. And we'll get to the timing for all of this here in just a couple of seconds. But all modes of severe weather possible through Middle Tennessee Sunday night through Monday morning. So as we move along here to the specific threat outlooks, severe wind, we're in the red hatched. That is up to a 44% chance of severe winds. Hail has backed off a bit, 15 to 30 or 29%. Tornado risk in the 10 to 14%, but you've got hatching. That means there could be a probability of, for winds, significant winds greater or equal to 74 miles an hour, hail larger than 2 inches, and tornadoes that could be significant in the stronger tornado range. That's within 25 miles of a point. So pick out Rutherford County there, and it's 25 miles within a point of any of those locations for severe wind, severe hail, and the tornado risk. This is for overnight Sunday into early Monday morning. Overnight Sunday into early Monday morning, we have the threats for severe winds, tornadoes, and hail. Now, for the timing, right now, the earliest timing for Middle Tennessee and for Rutherford County specifically, 11 p.m., ending by 5 a.m., but the National Weather Service believes our most likely time will be between midnight and 4 a.m., for storms. Now, this is the line of storms as they come through. This does not include any storms that might pop out ahead of the line and become supercell storms. Something that we're going to watch for, and fingers crossed that we keep that cape, the lid on the pot, if you will, to keep those storms from popping out ahead of the line. But again, most likely between midnight and 4 a.m. for Rutherford County, give or take an hour either way, so that's why we have a wide range here. Widespread rain, few rumbles of thunder today through tomorrow as well, but it's tomorrow night, Sunday night through Monday morning that all of Middle Tennessee has a threat of severe weather. All hazards are possible, and we've got another severe weather set up for Wednesday and then through the end of the week that could bring some potential flooding. Timing of this main line, this is some of the changes that have happened since we got a briefing yesterday from the National Weather Service. So here is early Monday morning. It's kind of confusing, I know, but this is early Monday morning. Say around 7 a.m., we could have some lingering storms that are marginally severe. And the threat, of course, pushes off to the east. So just know that this is an overnight nocturnal event. We hate those, but we seem to get them every time. A nocturnal event for Rutherford County, overnight into early Monday morning, and the threats will continue early on Monday morning as well. Here is an outlook for Wednesday. This is has pushed a 30% chance or 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather on Wednesday, very close to Rutherford County. And this, of course, will be looked at quite a bit as we get on into the week here and get past this weather system. But just know Wednesday, and then there will be some threats Thursday, Friday, especially with flooding. And we're going to talk about that coming up here in just a couple of minutes with Justin here. But just know we've got a threat. Here is a look at how you can enable your iPhone for those wireless alerts. That's a great thing to do. Notifications, scroll to the bottom and turn on the little emergency alerts. And for the Android phones, notifications, go to advanced settings, down to wireless emergency alerts, 11 p.m. tomorrow night.
11 p.m., you have what look like a few supercells up in western Kentucky. They're starting to form into that line. Looks like they've already formed into a line in southeast Missouri, but going back into Arkansas. But you do see a few of those rogue, isolated, discrete cells in western Tennessee, northeast of Jackson along the Tennessee River. We'll have a pretty strong cap in place much of the day tomorrow, but there is some indications that there could be some of those rogue, discrete supercells that develop ahead of the line throughout the day. And that's definitely going to be something we have to watch out for, but not the primary threat with this setup. The primary threat's going to be that line of storms that develops. But here you move forward a little bit further, you can still see there's attempts at some prefrontal cellular development, and that's where you could get more of the high-end tornado threat if any of those mature into supercells.
Well, this is 2 a.m., and it does show more of those maybe trying to pop up around Middle Tennessee, and those are the cells that can kind of get out to themselves and cause problems, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. Even more at 3 a.m. as you see the line kind of pushing in from Nashville to Dixon and zooming on in here to Rutherford County. This is 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This line is going to get stronger as it comes through overnight, it looks like.
Well, and as we just saw, just because it's a line doesn't mean it can't produce a tornado. You get a little kink in those lines. You can get span ups along the leading edges of those lines, and they can happen and they can develop pretty fast.
Yeah, and here's an example of that down in Lawrenceburg, a little kink in the line. Now, this is just a model, so it's not exactly how it's going to happen, obviously, but it does give us some kind of indication of what to look for. So that's why midnight to 4 or 5 a.m. is kind of the window here for Rutherford County. And I believe I can go out to 5 a.m. So that shows the line kind of pushing in between 4 and 5. Pretty intense returns here. And then by 6 and 7 a.m., still in the rainfall. But once you get past that leading edge, I think it's going to be just a good old thunderstorm, right?
Correct. And by the time we get to this time next week, that rainfall is going to become the main story.
Very good point with that. 1 to 2 inches expected all across Middle Tennessee. And then you add on top of that another 1 to 2 inches on Wednesday and continuing into Thursday, Friday as that rolls along. We could have some flooding problems here in the mid-state. So I guess
it's looking like that front that's going to trigger the Wednesday's severe weather episode's going to stall out and almost kind of like waffle back and forth across West Tennessee, Western Kentucky, and wherever that sets up at is going to see multiple days, multiple rounds of heavy rainfall.
Can kind of just give you a look at that on the GFS, and we'll let it run out here and load up, and they just kind of give you a quick idea of what we're talking about. So this is taking us through tomorrow's event. It's 10 p.m., 1 a.m. It's a little bit faster, but if you continue to roll on into Wednesday, this is looking like another overnight thing, unfortunately. But then as you see, I'll pull back here a little bit. You can see there are heavy rain events just continuing for day after day after day here before things finally sweep on through here on the 6th. So that's several days of rain and storms that could be really heavy.
Right. And it's just where does that actual boundary stall out at? Right now in these models, it's stalling to our northwest. But as we know, it doesn't take much for that to shift one way or the other. And if it shifts just a little bit our way, we're going to be looking at some heavy rainfall.
Well, this is showing kind of in that northwest corridor from Clarksville up into southern Kentucky. But as the crow flies here to Rutherford County, that's some 70 miles. I mean, models can shift and be wrong by 70 miles pretty easily.
Pretty easily, correct.
All right. Well, that is an update on the severe weather. Again, just to recap, tomorrow overnight into early Monday morning. So Sunday night into Monday morning, All hazards on the table, damaging straight line winds, tornadoes possible. Hail is not as large of a threat here as it is further west, but that doesn't mean we wouldn't have some hail as well. And when we're talking about damaging straight line winds, that's really why we're in this enhanced for those. And in the, 30% hatched area there could be significant winds.
Correct.
Well, very good. We'll keep you updated here on the Rutherford Weather Channel. Be sure to share this to all of your friends and family that live right here in Rutherford County in Middle Tennessee. And go ahead and like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you'll be informed on all of the latest weather from Rutherford Weather. Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch. For meteorologist Justin Bailey, Bryan Barrett for Rutherford Weather.